Hey guys, I just decided on a whim that I am going to do a full day of eating. I love watching these videos. I think they're so fun, especially when you go in it with a mindset of I'm using this as inspiration. Of course, I have to throw this disclaimer in. I am a registered dietitian, and I do feel that this is really needed to say is that everything that I eat in a day really varies from day to day. No one day looks exactly the same. Some days I'm a little bit more snacky than others. Some days I have big meals throughout the day. It just really depends, but I really prioritize trying to get in protein, then balance that out with the other macronutrients, carbs, fats, fiber, and hydrating throughout the day. Again, none of this is to say you have to eat exactly this way. It's just to give you some inspiration and have some fun with it. And like I said, I love watching these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Maybe you'll get some inspiration of like, oh, I never thought of that, or hey, I do that too. Some relatability there. I am super excited about it. I just seriously decided on a whim to do it, so yeah, here we are. Today is a perfect example of what I mean by every day is not the same. I am having this, I've been on a chia pudding kick. I put in like half cup of almond milk, about a fourth cup of canned coconut milk, 2.5 tablespoons of chia seeds, let it soak overnight. And then I just add in a serving of the collagen peptides in there to get my collagen in. And then I add blueberries in there. Over here, I did make, since I need something quick this morning, and honestly, I would usually have like something like eggs, maybe with oatmeal on the side, or eggs, sauteed vegetables, or something like that from the night before. But today is one of those days, which I love this, being realistic with you guys. I need something more quick, more easy. I usually have protein on hand. I've been trying out BPN's vegan protein, and I'm loving it. Very soothing on the stomach. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm a big taste and quality person in the ingredients. I love the sweeteners. I'm not a huge fan of like alternative sweeteners or artificial sweeteners, which Bare Performance does not use, which I love. So it's like stevia, I believe. I'm not always a fan of just using protein powder for supplementation, but this is what today brings. And then I do usually use Further Food matcha. I love their brand, but I ran into a situation where I was out of my collagen, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to take a week and a half to get here. So I just found this Vital Proteins, which is a good brand too, but I would opt for Further Food. I love Further Food's product, their quality. This superfood matcha I've been using lately. Love it, love it, love it. This looks like green gouge, but you know what matcha is. And I got this cute little cup, you guys, and let's see if I can do this really good. See, it doesn't look that pretty, but I mean, look at it. It's so cute. I literally just got this like past weekend, and I'm so excited. But that is what I'm gonna have, is like I put a half scoop of protein in this matcha. Oops, I'm gonna have to do that differently. And then a serving of that, and yeah, this is gonna be my breakfast basically, is these two things. Of course, like I said, I would opt for doing like real food protein, but today is just one of those days. I had a workout this morning. I know I need some protein to help recover, and I have my carbohydrates and fiber from the blueberries, got some fiber and fat from the chia, coconut milk, and protein from these two things. I would just see this collagen protein is not a complete protein, so that's why I'm pairing it with a more complete protein here. And like I said, this is not perfect, but this is realistic, and I'm gonna go enjoy this. Okay, so I'm being super realistic here. I got hungry, and usually that breakfast holds me over for a little bit, but today I'm just, a little bit hungrier, and it happens. Our appetite fluctuates day to day, but I try my best to be intentional again about the protein, but also be intentional about paying attention to hunger, fullness, and there's so many things that go into it, but I try to keep it really simple. We're just gonna enjoy literally a little bit of chicken here, and to tie me over until lunch. And I know I'm not gonna have break until a little bit later for lunch today, so which is okay. That's why I'm kind of eating with intentionality here and getting something that has some protein in it that's quick, and I can just take it, have a little break here and go for it. So yeah. So I am making something super quick for lunch, and this actually looks really cute and pretty, this salad I made, but I will tell you and explain kind of what I was feeling and why I made it. Okay, so earlier you saw that I had some chicken breast, so I wasn't feeling like super protein heavy for this lunch, but I knew I needed some protein, so I had 2 eggs, farm fresh. You can't get any better, seriously. So I got 2 of those, and then I made this salad. It's got arugula on the bottom. It's got some chopped apple for some complex carbs, some carrots chopped up there, cucumber, like a baby cucumber. It was so cute. But this looks super pretty and kind of aesthetic, but it's not always like this, you guys. But main thing here is what I focus on is if I'm feeling something super fresh, this is what I'm going for. Fresh crisp apples, crisp carrots, crisp cucumbers, and then a bed of leafy greens. And then what I drizzled over it was some olive oil, like a tablespoon of olive oil, like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and a few dashes of coconut aminos. Super fresh. Sometimes I do a creamy dressing. It just depends on the day. But I do have fats coming from the olive oil, fats coming from the yolks, protein coming from a little bit of the yolks, but mostly egg whites, and the chicken breast I had earlier too, which was like just a couple hours earlier, and then complex carbs and some micronutrients, some just good stuff. So I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna enjoy this.
I wasn't into salads for like a long time. I just feel like the plain spinach or plain lettuce, because then I'm like, well, I want something on it, but I don't feel like getting everything else. I know that sounds silly. I guess I'm just lazy. So
it's a little while later. I had to run some errands this afternoon. I did take half a scoop of protein. I had half a scoop of protein in my matcha this morning. Then I took half a scoop in like some water and with a little bit of almond milk on the go, just to tide me over till I got home. Did some things and then got to making dinner again. I made a super simple dinner. You'll see here that, again, nothing fancy. It's just getting the job done. Nourishing, has all the macronutrients I need. Here I just was feeling, I almost had like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but when I don't have a substantial amount of carbohydrates, I can feel it. Like I almost get this headache almost. And so I did cook some white jasmine rice and cooked that in the rice cooker. Then I had chicken going in the crock pot today, so that was already ready. And I shredded that up. And then I just threw some peppers and onion frozen mix from Trader Joe's and some broccoli florets in the microwave, literally, because I didn't want to heat up the whole place. And so the microwave was the best option. So that's what I did. I have my carbs, I have my protein, I have my fiber from the vegetables and micronutrients. And I also added Kerrygold butter to this, to the rice and the vegetables. It tastes so good with a little bit of sprinkle of some sea salt, and yeah, that's kind of what I used in there. I'm gonna enjoy this. I will meet back up with you soon. Just finished dinner and I was feeling like having something sweet, so I have these like 62% like dark chocolate chunks. They are the bomb. Like, it's either this or like 90% dark chocolate. I am a sucker for this. Sometimes I go on these like craze with them and have them like every single night, which is fine because I just had like a handful of these and it really satisfies like that sweet tooth and that chocolate craving that I have sometimes. And so yeah, just finishing the night with those chocolate chips and just drinking water for the rest of the night. And overall, I feel really pleasantly full. I feel satisfied with all the meals that I ate today, and with the emphasis of protein, I included carbohydrates in there. I had some fiber from vegetables and made room for something sweet. Sometimes it's something different. Sometimes it's a little Greek yogurt parfait. Sometimes it can be ice cream. You know, it just kind of depends on the day. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I love the full days of eating, so I hope you kind of maybe got some ideas, or were like, hey, that's cool. So take it as you want. That concludes my full day of eating. Isn't anything super special, but I just kind of like when people take me through typical day of eating, what that looks like for them, kind of gives you some ideas, some inspiration. Basically, my whole philosophy around nutrition, as you can probably tell from today's video, it was super realistic and not every day looks the same. Super easy meals. Nutrition does not have to be complicated, in which I feel like a lot of people really overcomplicate it. It's really finding the foods, the proper macronutrients and things that work best for you, things that work best for you and your goals. So obviously, if you're in a stage of building muscle versus even weight loss or fat loss, there's gonna be a different macronutrient range in there, which you have to keep in mind. If you're in a state where you have very unbalanced hormones, you're really gonna wanna focus on that nourishment from well-balanced meals with plentiful carbohydrates and amounts of protein and quality fat, and not being afraid to eat certain foods and just try to incorporate reality of life. There's gonna be social occasions that pop up, there's gonna be things on the whim that pop up. Just enjoy life and find the foods and meals that make you feel good, physically good, mentally clear, and that help you get towards your fitness goals, and not taking things to the extreme. So yeah, that's kind of my philosophy on nutrition. Simple and nourishing, and supplies your body with the energy that it needs to run on a daily basis and for optimal hormone function, brain function, better quality sleep, better quality workouts. Thanks for tuning in again, guys. I appreciate ya. If you want to like this video, go ahead. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to watch this, and have a good one.